Hey guys, Saxu26 here and welcome to my third LP, which is of the game that I played as my very first video game. A game I really like. Zool, Ninja of the Nth Dimension. Now what on earth is this game, you're probably wondering? Well, here's the story of it basically. So the backstory for Zool is only really looked at in the manual for the original Amiga version of Zool, so the very first version that was released. So here it's displayed in a comic form, and it shows Zool talking to his children, who were also only shown in the original version's ending. For some strange reason, he doesn't have children in every other version. He has them in the Amiga and Acorn versions, but as for Mega Drive and SNES, nope. So yeah, basically he's telling his children the story. No, they're not grandchildren, they're actually his children. He's just very old now or something, I'm not totally sure. But nevertheless, let's get into it. Let me see, it was something like this. There I was, on my way home after some ninja duty. Bleh. Hell. There I was, on my way home after some heavy-duty ninjaing, when I noticed a strange wobbling phenomena. I decided to investigate. Obviously, the code of the intergalactic ninjas compelled me to investigate. As I got closer, a strange power took over my ship, and before I knew it, I was being drawn into the strange vortex. My ship began to spin wildly, and I lost control. You splunch? Splunch? Okay. The next thing I remember is coming around in a strange land made up entirely of sweets. I tapped my computer to see if it could tell me where I was. Not too sure about this one. We appeared to be in a land undocumented on any maps. I would estimate that... Zool, you have been brought to this land as a challenge. Before you can be returned to your own land, you must face 6 challenges in 6 worlds. In each you must face many enemies and hazards. You must also collect as many inanimate objects as you can find. Only when you have collected as many objects as required can you leave each world. Each is more difficult than the last, and if you fail to complete any, then you will never be returned to the nth dimension. Not only this, but there is a limited time for each world. Prove yourself, Zool. Prove yourself worthy of the title Intergalactic Ninja. Message ends. I would estimate that we are in an undiscovered land. Oh, by the way, the ship is heavily damaged and will explode in 7 seconds. Shutting down. I was stuck in 6 worlds away from home, with 6 giant tasks ahead of me. There was nothing else to do except get on with it. So that's the start of my story. To be continued. Right, back to the game. So yeah, that's the story. It's sort of explained in-game as well. This must be the work of Grail. So basically, yeah, that sort of explains a bit better who sent that message that was in the manual. In the backstory of the manual. But yeah, so here's just the demo basically showing how the game works. You're a gremlin ninja called Zool, who can jump, spin attack... Oh no, sorry, spin attack is a Sonic move. My bad. Do a spinning jump, like that. He can shoot, he can slide, he can dash, he's a ninja, he's awesome. So yeah. And the controls aren't working, hold on a minute. Alright, sorry about that. Right, configuring the controls. It's spin, which is a spinning attack, flip, which is a back flip, only in the SNES version I should point out. Jump is, yep, jumping, and firing is shooting. So let's see, fire, jump, jump. Oh, that's good actually. Spin. X. Okay, sweet. Right. Wait, just make sure that's all set. Sweet. Right, let's get into the game then. Alright, so basically there are, as explained in the backstory, 6 worlds. In the SNES and Mega Drive versions, 7. But basically, yeah, I first played this game on my Acorn Archimedes home computer called an A7000, and my goodness, it was the best first game I could possibly ask for. Now, a lot of people haven't heard of Zool because he was kind of like a third contender in the Mario vs. Sonic battles of the retro gaming days. Zool kind of had one game, then a sequel which didn't get as much publicity, and then just stopped. But I actually quite like Zool. I prefer him to both Sonic and Mario. Because, I mean, hey, he's a ninja. Look at him. He's a ninja! How could you go wrong with a ninja? But yeah, I'm playing the SNES version because I find the Mega Drive version's far too fast for me to concentrate. And I could play like the Game Boy version or the Master System version, but they're not particularly good. I could also show you the Acorn version if I can find my A7000, and I might do that as an extra video. But yeah. Also, this game has not been LP'd very much. The only other person I really could find who LP'd it was CQC Boy 100. Awesome LP, by the way, and I'm glad I could help you out with working out how to spin, attack, and flip and stuff. Okay, right, to the game. So basically, as the backstory explained, collect inanimate objects, kill enemies, collect inanimate objects. Wow, I put the camera in the worst spot possible. Collect inanimate objects, destroy enemies. Sometimes the enemies will drop inanimate objects. In this case, since we're in Sweet World, first world, everything is sweets. Okay, I'm gonna look around the camera because this is awful. Alright. Checkpoint, says hit on it, so all good. Sorry if I'm really talking a lot at the start of the game, but I'm trying to explain it because this game is really unknown. There are also power-ups in the game. For example, this is a shield, temporary invincibility for the win. And yeah, so if you can see I'm doing the spin, you just hit the spin button in midair. Just an advantage that the next-gen 16-bit consoles like the SNES and Genesis had over the original Amiga and Acorn version. They had a separate button for the spin, whereas with the original version you'd have to hit the shoot button in midair, and sometimes you would spin, sometimes you wouldn't. Which is a bit inconvenient, but yeah. Gosh. Attack the licorice allsort. Now I have the double Zool, two Zool. Gotta remember what it's called in the manual. My bad. Spikes. Don't like spikes. Alright. Less talking, more playing. And also, another reason why I chose to play the SNES version, it has the original soundtrack. I appreciate they wanted to remix it for the Mega Drive, but attack enemies, Zool. What are you doing? I appreciate they wanted to remix it for the Mega Drive, but you can't go past the original soundtrack. It's the best version. It's amazing. And yes, if anyone's curious, I am actually going to upload the whole thing. I'm going to upload the original soundtrack. Yes, that's right. So now people will actually be able to get it. Spent a year and a half looking for the soundtrack. I finally found it, so I thought, what the heck? I'll upload it. Seems fair enough, don't you think? Oops. Alright. Gosh, I'm doing terribly, and I'm only on the first world. First level, in fact. So much so, I'm actually going to have to cut it short at the end of the first world. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I died in the first level. Okay, whatever. Hey, come on, I hit you with the spin attack. Alright, come on. Must get to the end of the Valdo. Ow, 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 ow. Come on, someone drop some health. Forgot to mention health is those winged hearts. There we go, health. Awesome. And that's the exit. Right, so that's it for the first episode, and that was quite miserable playing, so sorry for that. See you in part 2.